What's up guys, it's Max from Muscle World. I've been getting a few questions lately on roll means press up test again. Sorry, roll means pull up test again. It seems to be quite a common recurring theme. People have got a lot of questions about this test, and rightly so. You're probably nervous and apprehensive about it if you're going in towards it. If you've not seen my previous video I've done on this, then by all means take a look at it. I'll put a link for it. Some what I believe to be good advice in that test. It also shows me doing the test. But however, I'm still getting questions, so that tells me that I didn't fully answer everything in that video. So this is just going to be a follow-up video to that one, and I'll cover the differences between the actual pull-up test and the training you should be doing for that test as well, the different ways of doing pull-ups. I'll show you the way you're probably doing pull-ups now, and I'm going to get you to change that. The whole purpose of what I've been doing lately is to try and get people to improve the repetitions they're doing and make the actual muscles do the work for the pull-up, which will be certainly more beneficial in the long run for both for things like the Marines, but even for if you're trying to increase muscle mass. Just note as well, I'm quite a bit heavier than I was when I made my last video, so I'm just having a quick workout today on the bar, just doing a few bits and bobs. Nice and warm up, so you can see I'm sweating quite a bit, but anyway, I thought I'd make this video for you as well. And I'll show you first how I used to do pull-ups originally, because when I went through Limpstone, through my PRMC, we didn't have the beep or anything like that at the time, but I was doing pull-ups like this. Or that sort of fashion anyway, so I wasn't really putting, there wasn't much muscle work going into. And I got to do my PRMC and then later on for training, and my pull-ups suddenly had to look like this for the test.
Stand underneath the bar. Stand by, jump up. 3, 2, 1, up, down, 2.
So you can see there's a massive difference between those repetitions. Now, would I recommend you training pull-ups that way to the beep? Because if you notice, I powered up quite quickly, held it at the top, which is good, but then I pretty much dropped down. And the reason I did that was because for the test you're trying to get 16, you're not getting any rest, so rather than controlling myself down slowly on the eccentric, which is an excellent training tool, for the test all I'm going to do is see myself off and make it harder for me, because I'm going to be giving my muscles less chance to rest. So your training should look like this. So you eliminate swinging or just hanging. Pull yourself up, get off the bar. Slowly lower yourself down. So again, feel that stretch, and then pull yourself back up. That's how you should do your repetitions. I guarantee if you can do 16 or whatever score you can get in the beep test, say you can get a 10, we'll say 10 is a nice round number, you can do 10. You won't be able to do 10 of those because they're harder. So all that means then is when you can do 10 of those, there's a good chance you can do 16 in the test. The bleep test is only 1 minute, so it's 1 minute of pull-ups. A question I've been asked was about, I did a video on where I had scapular pull-ups. The question was, should they go with their PRMC and do that? Now, if I were you, if you go to PRMC, say tomorrow, you're doing the pull-up test tomorrow, do whatever you've been training. Don't suddenly try and learn some new fancy technique which will hopefully score you extra points on the day. You probably won't, because you won't be used to it, you'll be thinking about it too much, and you won't have a clue what you're doing. So my advice would be, if you've got a few weeks out or a few months out, ideally, my advice would be to introduce the scapular pull-up into your training prior to you're doing your normal pull-ups. Do it as part of your warm-up. It's going to become muscle memory, and you're not going to have to think about doing it because you're just going to do it. So to begin with, your scapular pull-up will look like this. Dead hang. Pull yourself up. Start off with, say, doing 3 or 4 sets, anywhere between 10 to 20 repetitions. Every time, every set, try and pull yourself up higher, like so. So first it'll look something like this. And then pull yourself up higher. You pull yourself up, you really start to feel it on your lats as well, so that's going to engage and activate your lats a lot more, which means when you go to do your pull-ups, you're going to have more power behind them. You're going to have the big muscles of your lats working as well to help pull yourself up rather than just using your arms. In the previous video we talked about sort of psyching yourself up, mentally preparing yourself for it, things you can do, things you say to yourself before you do it. What we haven't actually covered yet is your grip strength. So what I'm going to do now is a little test. I haven't tried this yet, even though I've just done quite a few pull-ups already, so it might not be quite a fair test, but I'm going to try and do the pull-up test with straps. Alright, so what I'm going to do, this experiment is not scientific at all, but the aim of it is to try and take out my grip strength, just to see how much my grip strength is actually used in the test.
Pull-up test. Stand underneath the bar. Stand by. Jump up. 3, 2, 1. Up. Down. 2. Down. 3. Down. 4.
So these straps then reduced the amount of pressure that my hands were taking, my forearms were taking. So what I would probably say is the weakest part of the chain there has been taken out. So my advice then is to build on that, build the strength of your grip, so that won't be a factor. And the way to do that, the easiest way to do that is, I showed in some of my previous videos, so quite simply, hang on the bar and, for time yourself, build up to sets of 1 minute and then look to increase that. So say 4 sets of 1 minute, 1 minute rest in between, and then as you go along increasing the duration that you're on there. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that the 2 videos I've made about this combined are going to help and be helpful, and you'll be able to use the information. If you've got any further questions, anything that I haven't covered, anything you want to see me cover, just pop a question and I will look into it and get back to you at some point. May not be immediately, but it will be at some point. Yeah, so whatever you're doing, have a great day. Take care.